Okay, boys, March Madness is here, and it's time for us to make our brackets.
I'm the March Madness expert. I will get the perfect bracket, no doubt.
Delaware's winning it all.
Sleepy Joe, stop being stupid.
I can't wait to see all the cheerleaders.
And I can't wait to see all those Texas teams dominate.
Due to time restrictions, we will be making one bracket for the five of us and choosing who moves on by majority decision.
Fuck off, Obama, you're such a bum.
Okay, so we will start things off in the South region with 1 seed Auburn taking on 16 seed winner of the last four, either Alabama State or St. Francis, Pennsylvania.
Auburn has been the best team all fucking season. Auburn wins this whatever the fuck they want.
I agree you can't go against Auburn here.
If Auburn loses, I'll stop having sex with minors. And we all know that ain't happening. Auburn got this.
Auburn lost in the first round last year, but this Auburn squad is built different this year. They will win big here.
I don't know, guys. St. Francis can pull off the upset.
Shut the fuck up, you Pennsylvania meat rider. They have no chance.
If St. Francis advance, I got them pulling off the upset. But if not, I got Auburn.
Either way, the majority of us are got Auburn, so our official pick is Auburn here. Now we got 8 seed Louisville taking on 9 seed Creighton.
This is a great fucking matchup.
Actually, the game that tips off March Madness this year.
Louisville is criminally underseeded and got fucked with this matchup, but I still think they'll win and move on.
Fuck no, Creighton got the experience that Louisville lacks. I got Creighton winning in a close one.
Louisville has looked great this season, while Creighton has been at times very shaky. Give me Louisville.
Creighton has the big-ass white boy, and I like him. I got Creighton winning.
Creighton lights up Louisville from beyond the arc and advances.
Okay, so Joe, Donald, and Bill got Creighton, so by majority we got Creighton moving on. Next we have 5 seed Michigan versus UC San Diego.
UC San Diego is a trendy dog pick this year.
I actually think they beat Michigan. They will play 5 out and destroy the Michigans big with their temp. I think the dogs are barking in this matchup.
Also, their turnover margin is fantastic while Michigan struggles a lot with turnover. I got UC San Diego moving on.
Michigan just won the Big Ten. They're going to beat some bum school no one has ever heard of.
Michigan has hotter cheerleaders. I got Michigan moving on.
Michigan is overrated as hell and will get exposed in this matchup. Michigan is getting upset here.
Okay, so by majority we got UC San Diego moving on. Now we got number 4 seed Texas A&M taking on 13 seed Yale.
If this was a math competition, I got Yale by whatever they want. But since this is basketball, I got Texas A&M.
I went to Yale, so you already know I'm going with my school to pull off an upset.
Yale is underrated, but Texas A&M is just better. They will move on.
I called the Yale upset last year and I'm calling it again. Yale is doing again and moving on.
Donald, statistically speaking, picking more favorites ensures our bracket is better in the long run.
Statistically speaking, you're a bitch.
I went to Yale and want to pick them, but I love Texas too much. Give me A&M to win, since they are Texas.
Okay, so we got Texas A&M moving on. All right, next up we got 6 seed Ole Mississippi taking on the winner of the 11 seed play in between Stu and Unks.
Ole Mississippi is tough, but if Unk wins the play-in, they could pull off an upset. But Stasu, no shot.
Ole Mississippi is a tournament team. They've been battle-tested all season. I got them moving on.
Look, I love Ole Mississippi, beautiful school, hot bitches. Easy pick for me.
Stusser plays tough defense, but Unk has the history. I think one of them takes it.
Sleepy Joe, you can't hedge every pick. Ole Mississippi wins.
I got Ole Mississippi too. They are the safer team. Majority has Ole Miss, so we got Ole Mississippi moving on. Next, we got 3 seed Iowa State facing 14 seed Lipscomb.
Lipscomb. The fuck is that? Iowa State by 50.
Iowa State plays aggressive defense, and Lipscomb won't handle the pressure. I got Iowa State.
Iowa State is missing one of their best players, but it won't matter in this round. Iowa State got this.
The only thing Lipscomb is leading in is the amount of people Googling where is Lipscomb.
Nah, they got a good offense, but Iowa State will be too much for them.
Looks like we're unanimous. Iowa State moves on. Now we got 7 seed Marquette taking on 10 seed New Mexico.
Marquette's been inconsistent, but they have more talent. I got them winning.
Yeah, but New Mexico's offense can light it up. I wouldn't sleep on them. I got New Mexico.
I'd love to visit New Mexico sometime, hot weather, beautiful women, but in basketball. Marquette got this.
New Mexico is solid, but Marquette is just better.
Marquette is so fucking overrated, I'm done with them. Give me New Mexico.
Majority is on Marquette. Marquette moves on. Next, 2 seed Michigan State takes on 15 seed Bryant.
Tom Izzo in March, automatic W.
It goes January, February, Izzo, Michigan State by whatever the fuck they want.
Bryant's got heart, but Michigan State is a tournament powerhouse. They move on.
Bryant? Ain't no way. Michigan State easy.
Bryant's got a decent squad, but it won't be enough.
No debate here. Michigan State advances. Now we move on to the West region, and we got 1 seed Florida taking on 16 seed Norfolk State.
You know, I always liked Florida, especially their coaching staff. Head coach facing similar allegations to me. I'm riding with Florida.
Oh, yeah, Bill, I bet you do. Florida by 1,000,000.
Norfolk State upset Missouri years ago, but this ain't happening. Florida rolls.
Florida is loaded. They will win big.
They call it March Madness for a reason, but not this much madness. Florida wins.
Florida moves on. Now we got 8 seed UConn taking on 9 seed Oklahoma.
Oklahoma plays hard, but UConn has been better. I'm taking UConn.
UConn has that championship DNA. I got them.
This ain't last year's UConn team. They are mid this year. I got Oklahoma.
Oklahoma is super underrated. I think they pulled this one out.
Oklahoma has the athletes, but UConn's defense will lock them down.
Okay, so by majority, UConn moves on. Next, we have Memphis versus Colorado State. 5-12 upset potential.
Memphis is too strong. Ain't happening.
Colorado State plays scrappy, but I got Memphis.
Colorado State is on fire right now. I got Colorado State moving on.
Memphis cheerleaders look better. Memphis moves on.
This will be a close one, but Memphis injuries will hurt them. I'm going with Colorado State.
So by majority, we got Memphis moving on. Now we got number 4 Maryland vs 13 Grand Canyon. Who you got?
Grand Canyon, what are they going to throw rocks at Maryland? Maryland wins?
The Crab Five is too physical. Grand Canyon gets sent home. They will have no answer for Reese and Queen.
I bet Arizona has some beautiful students, but Maryland is too good.
Maryland is dangerous this year. They will win big.
Maryland overrated as hell in Grand Canyon. Is this year's Cinderella Grand Canyon win this?
Sleepy Joe, you are on drugs.
Okay, so Maryland moves on. Next up, 6 seed Missouri takes on 11 seed Drake.
No shot. Missouri's too good. Drake is just here for the participation trophy.
Drake plays tough, and they will upset Missouri.
You know, I respect Drake the rapper at a school. Not so much. Missouri wins.
I don't know. Drake plays smart basketball. They will win this.
Sleepy Joe, you're riding the underdogs like your approval ratings. Missouri moves on.
Drake has been balling this year and will make life difficult for Missouri. I got Drake in this one.
You're an idiot, Obama.
By majority, Drake moves on. Now we got 3 seed Texas Tech vs 14 seed UNC Wilmington.
I trust Texas Tech as much as I trust my lawyers. They will win this bitch.
UNC Wilmington has some fight in them, but Texas Tech's defense is elite. They move on. All Texas schools are a powerhouse.
Wilmington sounds like a nice vacation spot to have sex with minors, but they ain't winning this game.
Texas Tech could go on a big run this year. This game will be a cakewalk for them.
UNC Wilmington can make some noise, but Texas Tech is just too good.
We're all in agreement Texas Tech advances. Now we got 7 seed Kansas vs 10 seed Arkansas.
Kansas easy money next. Next.
Razorbacks are tough, but Kansas just has more talent.
I'm from Arkansas. They are winning this. Coach Cal is him.
Arkansas could surprise people, but I'm with Kansas.
Kansas has shit the bed all year. Arkansas will advance.
Majority rules, Kansas moves on. 2 seed St. John's takes on 15 seed Omaha.
Omaha? Is that even a real team? St. John's by whatever they want?
The Johnnies are back. St. John's moves on.
St. John's plays in New York. I love New York. St. John's wins.
Omaha could play loose, but it won't be enough. St. John's moves on.
Omaha, like Peyton Manning, I could actually see that upset Peyton Manning is nice.
Sleepy Joe, you need your brain tested.
Okay, so by majority, St. John's advances. Now on to the East region, and we start things off with 1 seed Duke facing off against either American or Mount St. Mary's.
Duke's winning this one blindfolded?
Even if Cooper Flag doesn't play, Duke will still win this.
Duke doesn't lose these games. Easy pick.
Duke has no way off losing this. There is no chance.
I'm an American, but Duke is just better.
Okay, so Duke moves on. Now we got 8 seed Mississippi State vs 9 seed Baylor.
Baylor's been inconsistent, but they're better than Mississippi State.
Texas basketball is unmatched. Baylor will win this since they're from Texas.
Mississippi State will beat Baylor. Stop playing.
Mississippi State's defense is tough, but Baylor's offense will be too much. Baylor will win.
Mississippi State got this, don't overthink it.
Baylor moves on by majority. Next, we have 5 seed Oregon vs 12 seed Liberty. Could we see a 1-2-5 upset?
Oregon's speed will be the difference here. Ducks move on.
Liberty is a nice story, but Oregon's jerseys alone give them the edge.
I got Liberty with the upset. Oregon ain't all that.
Liberty could keep it close, but Oregon wins late.
Liberty plays with heart, but Oregon's just too talented.
Okay, so Oregon moves on. Now we got 4 seed Arizona vs 13 seed Akron.
Akron pulls off the upset. They are scary good, and Arizona is prone to shitting the bed.
Akron will keep it close, but Arizona will pull through.
Akron plays hard and score like crazy. This is upset written all over it.
Akron sounds like a place I don't want to visit. Arizona wins?
Akron shooters will make it interesting. Arizona is going early this year.
Wow, so we got Akron pulling off the upset and moving on. Next, We got 6 seed Bio vs 11 seed VCU.
VCU has that Cinderella magic. I got them.
Mormons can't play basketball. VCU will steamroll them.
Nah, BY was going to dominate. I got them.
BY will dominate from the three-point line and VCU won't be able to keep up. BU will win.
BU is solid, but I love VCU's intensity. I got the upset.
Majority rules. Vuku moves on. Now we got 3 seed Wisconsin takes on 14 seed Montana.
Wisconsin wins easy. Montana sucks.
Montana's got grit, but Wisconsin's defense is too strong.
I'd pick Montana in a wilderness survival contest, but not in basketball.
Wisconsin is legit this year. They will dominate Montana.
Montana might hang around, but Wisconsin wins.
Wisconsin advances. Next we have 7 seed St. Mary's vs 10 seed Vanderbilt.
St. Mary's is battle tested. They move on.
Vandy is no joke and is being overlooked. They will win this.
Vandy has rich kids. St. Mary's has hoopers. St. Mary's wins.
St. Mary's plays discipline, but Vandy's got shooters. I got them.
Close one, but I got St. Mary's.
Majority picks St. Mary's. They move on. Now we got 2 seed Alabama takes on 15 seed Robert Morris.
Alabama by whatever the fuck they want.
Robert Morris doesn't have the firepower. Alabama moves on.
Alabama's basketball school now. They win this.
Pipe down Obama.
Alabama's too strong. Easy pick.
Roll Tide.
Alabama advances. Now on to the Midwest region where we start with Houston taking on 16 seed SIUE.
Houston wins by 30. Easy money.
No discussion needed. Houston wins.
SIUE is a fun story, but Houston rolls.
Hopefully Houston doesn't choke this year, but even if they do, it won't be in this game.
Houston's too good, they move on.
Houston moves on. Now we got 8 seed Gonzaga vs 9 seed Georgia.
Georgia wins, and I celebrated Magic City with some strippers.
Georgia could fight, but Gonzaga's better.
Where the fuck even is Gonzaga give me Georgia? At least I know where they are located.
Gonzaga has that experience. I got them.
Bulldogs vs Bulldogs, but I got the ones from Washington.
Okay, so by majority, Gonzaga moves on. Now we got 5 seed Clemson taking on 12 seed McNeese. Another classic 12-5 matchup.
McNeese, who the hell are they? Clemson wins this one walking away.
Hey now, McNeese has been sneaky good this year. They will pull off the upset.
I love an underdog story, but McNeese ain't that dog. Clemson wins.
Clemson struggles with guard play. McNeese will surprise people and win this.
Clemson won a run last year and shit, they're going to crash out this season. I got McNeese.
By majority, McNeese moves on. Next up, 4 seed Purdue vs 13 seed High Point.
Purdue always chokes in March, just like my girls, but not this early. They win.
Yeah, they ain't losing to High Point. Purdue moves on.
Purdue are on fraud alert. They're losing to High Point.
I'd love to pick High Point since my son is high, but I can't justify it. Purdue wins.
Purdue is nice. High Point gets sent home.
Purdue moves on. Now we got 6 seed Illinois taking on the winner of 11 seed Texas versus Xavier.
It don't matter who wins. I got Illinois.
Illinois is too good to lose to either of these teams. They move on.
Texas will beat Xavier and upset Illinois. You heard it here first.
Illinois is streaky, but they have the talent. I got them.
Texas or Xavier could make it interesting, but Illinois wins.
Okay, so Illinois advances. Next, we have 3 seed Kentucky faces off against 14 seed Troy.
Kentucky ain't losing this one. Move on.
Troy is a great story, but Kentucky's built different.
Brad Pitt will pull up and lead Troy over Kentucky.
Brad Pitt wasn't even a Trojan in that movie, you idiot.
I'd love an upset here, but it ain't happening. Kentucky wins.
Kentucky will avenge their loss from last season and get past the round of 64 this year.
Okay, so Kentucky moves on. Next, we have 7 seed UCLA versus 10 seed Utah State.
Utah State is legit. I got them pulling the upset.
Nah, UCLA is too experienced. They move on.
Utah State is sneaky, but UCLA gets it done.
Utah State is beating UCLA. They hello overrated.
I got Utah State pulling the upset here. UCLA is very up and down this season.
Utah State's got the size to hang, but UCLA wins.
Majority rules. Utah State moves on. And to wrap up the first round, we got 2 seed Tennessee, 15 seed Wofford.
Tennessee ain't losing this. This is easy win for the Vols.
Wofford plays hard, but Tennessee is too good.
I got Tennessee, no doubt.
Wofford can shoot, but they'll need a miracle. Tennessee wins.
Tennessee by whatever the fuck they want.
No debate here. Tennessee advances. Kicking off the round of 32, we got 1 seed Auburn taking on 9 seed Creighton.
Auburn's been dominant all season. Creighton might put up a fight early, but Auburn wins.
Nah, Creighton can keep this one close. They got shooters and you can't count them out. Creighton will win this bitch.
That's bold Joe, but Auburn is a powerhouse. They will flat out outplay Creighton.
Auburn's just better. They win, and I get to visit Alabama again since the age of consent there is very low.
Creighton's a solid squad, but Auburn's on a mission. They move on.
Auburn advances to the Sweet 16. Now we got 12 seed UC San Diego, the Cinderella of the region, taking on 4 seed Texas A&M.
UC San Diego's run has been fun, but AM is just too tough. They win. Texas basketball is like that.
Bush stopped meat riding. AM is overrated as hell. I'm rolling with the underdogs. UC San Diego moves on.
I think the magic continues. UC San Diego is playing with house money, and they're going to pull it off.
UC San Diego has a chance, but Texas A&M will win.
The way UC San Diego spaces the floor, they're going to give AM trouble. I got the Cinderella.
Majority rules UC San Diego's Cinderella story continues. Next, we have 6 seed Ole Mississippi facing 3 seed Iowa State in a tough battle.
Ole Mississippi is playing with confidence. I like them to move on.
Iowa State might have some injury concerns, but in this matchup, they will beat Ole Miss.
Iowa State's injuries are too much. Give me Ole Miss.
Iowa State's defense is elite, but I think Ole Mississippi is peaking at the right time. I got them too.
Y'all are crazy Cyclones are taking this one.
Looks like we got a majority. Ole Mississippi moves on. Next, we got 7 seed Marquette taking on 2 seed Michigan State.
Tom Izzo in March. That's all I need to hear. Michigan State wins.
Marquette's offense is dangerous, but Michigan State is built for this.
Marquette will beat Michigan State. Tom Izzo will choke.
Marquette could make it close, but Sparty wins.
I got Michigan State too. They are deep this year, just like Hillary's pussy.
No debate here. Michigan State moves on. Number 1 Florida takes on number 8 UConn in a classic battle.
Florida's got talent, but UConn's got experience. I'm taking the Huskies.
Nope, Florida's athleticism is too much. They take this one.
Florida's defense wins championships. I got them.
Dan Hurley ain't losing this early. I got UConn.
UConn can hang, but Florida's just better.
Okay, so Florida moves on. Now we got Memphis vs Maryland in a tight 5 vs 4 battle.
Maryland's been more consistent. I got them moving on.
Memphis has that fight in them, but Maryland's just more balanced. I'll take them.
Maryland has no bench. They will be gassed and Memphis will win.
I like the Crab 5 to win this.
I got Memphis. Nobody is giving them any respect.
Majority rules, so Maryland advances. Next, we have 11 seed Drake. Another Cinderella story taking on 3 seed Texas Tech.
Cinderella's done. Texas Tech wins easy.
Agreed. The Red Raiders are too tough. Texas basketball is like that.
I think Drake can make it happen. Give me Drake to continue the Cinderella.
Yeah, Drake's fun, but Tech is going to shut them down.
I wanted to pick Drake, but Texas Tech is too strong.
Okay, so Texas Tech moves on. Now we got 7 seed Kansas battling 2 seed St. John's in a battle of basketball history.
Kansas are fraud. St. John's wins.
St. John's has been rolling. They take this one.
I like Kansas in this one.
Rick Pitino will cook Kansas. Give me St. John's.
Kansas will make it close, but St. John's gets it done.
St. John's moves on. Next is 1 seed Duke facing 9 seed Baylor.
Duke's been too strong. They win.
Duke ain't losing this early. They will slap Baylor on the ass.
I think Baylor pushes Duke to the edge, but Duke pulls it off.
I hate to agree with Donald, but he's right.
Baylor upsets the Duke Cupcakes.
Okay, so Duke advances. Now 5 seed Oregon takes on 13 seed Akron.
Akron got that Cinderella magic. I got them.
Oregon's too deep. They end the fairy tale.
Oregon's just better. I got them too.
Something about this Akron team is special. They will win this.
Akron will outscore Oregon and win this.
Sleepy Joe, your brain dead?
Okay, so we got Akron moving on. Next is 11 seed Vuku versus 3 seed Wisconsin.
VCU is a great story, but Wisconsin's too disciplined.
VCU will upset Wisconsin.
That would be crazy, but it ain't happening.
VCU's got energy, but Wisconsin is too steady.
I got Wisconsin too.
Wisconsin moves on. Now we got number 7 St. Mary's versus number 2 Alabama, a clash of styles.
Alabama's just too talented.
I got St. Mary's. Those white boys can ball.
Alabama has too much firepower to lose this one.
I'll go St. Mary's for shits and giggles.
Alabama runs circles around St. Mary's.
Alabama moves on. Now we got number 1 Houston versus number 8 Gonzaga in a heavyweight matchup.
Houston's defense is too much. They will win.
Agreed. They take this one. Houston is Texas' finest.
I got the Zags. They always make the Sweet 16.
Gonzaga fights, but Houston wins.
Down goes Houston, down goes Houston.
Actually, by majority, Houston moves on. Next is 12 seed McNeese takes on 4 seed Purdue.
Cinderella's done. Purdue wins.
Yep, Boilermakers move on.
McNeese will beat Purdue, I guarantee it.
I actually got Meeks pulling this one off.
I'm sticking with Purdue.
Purdue advances. Now we got number 6 Illinois going up against number 3 Kentucky. A battle of two historic programs.
Kentucky is winning this one.
Now Illinois will be too much for Kentucky to handle.
Kentucky's too talented to stop that.
Illinois will win this. Kentucky ain't all that.
Wildcats got this.
Okay, so Kentucky moves on. And wrapping up the round, number 10 Utah State versus number 2 Tennessee.
Tennessee wins, no question.
I agree Tennessee is nice.
Tennessee always seems to choke in March, but not in this round.
Yep, Vols roll.
Utah State's good, but not that good.
Tennessee moves on. We kick off the Sweet 16 with 1 seed Auburn taking on 12 seed UC San Diego, the Cinderella team of the tournament.
Look, UC San Diego had a cute little run, but Auburn is going to send them packing.
I agree Auburn is just too talented to lose this one.
I don't know, UC San Diego is playing with nothing to lose. I think they shocked the world.
Yeah, if they control the tempo, they can pull this off. I got UC San Diego.
UC San Diego is nice, but they are not winning this.
Good shit, Obama, these idiots almost had San Diego beating Auburn.
The fairy tale was fun, but Auburn moves on by majority. Next up, 2 seed Michigan State v 6 seed Ole Miss.
I think Old Mississippi has what it takes to slow this game down and grind out a win.
I think Michigan State is significantly better than Ole Miss. I got Michigan State advancing.
Old Mississippi plays physical. They can pull it off.
I can't believe you guys. These are in March. Michigan State all the way.
Michigan State has too much depth. I got them.
This one's close, but the votes favor Michigan State. They move on. Florida vs Maryland, 2 teams with completely different styles.
Florida has been dominant. They keep rolling.
Maryland plays with great discipline. I think they find a way to win.
Maryland makes the upset happen. The Crab 5 is nice.
Florida's the better team, no question.
Florida will curse stomp Maryland. The Terps have no bench.
In a tight vote, Florida moves on. Texas Tech vs St. John's, a battle of grit vs firepower.
St. John's is peaking at the right time. I got them.
Yeah, they're on a mission. I got St. John's too.
Texas Tech will beat the dog shit out of St. John's. Texas ball will always be better than New York ball.
Texas defense is going to be a problem for St. John's. Red Raiders win.
St. John's is due for a big run after being asked for so long they will win.
With the 3-2 split, St. John's survives and advances. 1 seed Duke takes on 13 seed Akron, the underdogs of the East.
Cinderella's getting evicted. Duke wins.
Yeah, no upset here. Duke moves on.
At this point, Akron would be playing with house money and upset Duke. Duke better watch out.
Sleepy Joe, get your head out of your ass.
Duke is just too good to lose here.
I got Duke also. They won't lose this.
The run was fun, but Duke moves on. A tough Sweet 16 matchup, Wisconsin vs Alabama.
Alabama's offense is too explosive. They win this one.
Wisconsin is no joke, they will win.
I got Alabama.
Wisconsin's going to slow this game down and frustrate them. I got the Badgers.
Agreed, Wisconsin wins a rock fight.
In another close one, Wisconsin pulls the upset and moves on. Houston vs Purdue, a battle of 2 teams with Final Four potential.
Purdue's size is going to be too much for Houston.
Purdue had their fun last year. This year, they get the shit beat out of them by Houston.
This is the game Purdue proves they're legit.
I trust Houston's defense more. They advance.
Purdue always chokes eventually, and it starts here. You starts here.
By majority, Houston moves on. A heated SEC battle, 3 seed Kentucky vs 2 Tennessee.
Kentucky is just more talented. They take it.
Tennessee is too balanced. They win this one.
Kentucky has beaten Tennessee this season and will do it again.
I think Kentucky pulls this one off.
Vols are built for this. Tennessee moves on.
Another close one, but Kentucky wins the vote and advances. We kick off the Elite Eight with a battle of giants, 1 seed Auburn vs 2 seed Michigan State.
Michigan State had a nice run, but Auburn is too damn good. Tigers win.
Michigan State will expose Auburn. Here you will see.
Auburn's depth and athleticism are just too much. They take this one.
Yeah, Auburn will be too much for Michigan State to handle. Auburn will win.
Michigan State has been through wars this season. They find a way.
It's a close vote, but Auburn takes it and moves on to the Final Four. Next up, 1 seed Florida vs 2 seed St. John's in a clash of styles.
St. John's has been on a mission, and I don't see it stopping here. They win.
Florida's too well-rounded. They aren't losing this one.
St. John's will match Florida up well and take them down.
I have to agree. Florida is the better team. They take this.
I love how they've played this season. St. John's pulls the upset.
Another 3-2 decision, and St. John's pulls off the upset to reach the Final Four. Moving on, we got 1 seed Duke vs 3 seed Wisconsin.
Wisconsin's physicality is going to frustrate Duke. The first got the Badgers.
Yeah, they slow it down, take away transition, and pull off the upset.
Nope, Duke's talent is too much. Blue Devils win.
Duke will run through Wisconsin.
Agreed. You don't bet against Duke in a big game like this.
Duke wins the vote and advances to the Final Four. And to wrap up the Elite Eight, we got 1 seed Houston vs 3 seed Kentucky.
Houston's defense is elite, but Kentucky is a different beast this year. I got the Wildcats.
Yeah, I think Kentucky's talent is shining through at the perfect time. They win.
Houston will destroy Kentucky. Stop it.
Houston's defense has shut down every team they face. They aren't done yet.
Kentucky will get the job done. Houston always chokes.
So Kentucky takes down Houston to reach the Final Four. And here we are, the Final Four. First up, 1 seed Auburn vs 2 seed St. John's.
Look, Auburn has been dominant all tournament. They're not losing now.
St. John's are dogs they can and will beat Auburn.
Auburn has the better athletes, the better defense, and they get it done.
St. John's has been on a magical run, and I think they keep it going. They're built for this moment.
I'm with Bill. St. John's is playing fearless. They take this one.
St. John's pulls the upset and punches their ticket to the national championship. And now, a matchup of blue blood programs, 1 seed Duke vs 3 seed Kentucky.
I got to go with Kentucky here. They're playing their best basketball at the right time.
Duke's got too much depth. They find a way to win.
Kentucky guard play has been fantastic. I got Kentucky moving on.
Cooper Flagg will cook Kentucky by himself.
Duke has been the best team all season, and they prove it here.
Another nail-biter, but Duke takes it and heads to the national championship game. And here we are, the national championship. 2 seed St. John's faces off against 1 seed Duke. Who's cutting down the nets?
St. John's has been playing inspired basketball. They've taken down giants already, and I think they will finish the job.
Duke is just unstoppable. I don't see anyone beating them.
St. John's takes it. Rick Pitino won't lose in the Natty.
Oh, shut up. This is Duke we're talking about. They've been the best team all season, and they're going to prove it. Duke wins.
Yeah, Duke's experience and depth are too much. They're taking home the trophy.
Okay, so we got Duke as our national champions, and this is our official March Madness bracket.